All right, traders, how y'all doing? I'm gonna be posting daily updates. I know they're not getting a lot of views, but if you find it useful, let me know. I worked in the Dolphin Tour today. I haven't been online in like 18 hours, and I'm just checking. So just to update, I was long from down here. I closed my long at 57,700, which is just above current price, and I had a limit order down here, which has not filled. I considered putting a limit order on ETH that would have filled, but maybe it was a mistake to not do it. I just felt that ETH was a little bit weaker. Actually, I don't know if the ETH order would have filled either. I think it was, yeah, it was gonna be, yeah, it would have filled, and we'd be higher too, actually. So a little bit of error there, I guess. I did close my ETH long, not too much lower. Yeah, my ETH trade should have been like this. So if anything, I think it's fine. But trading both, I like the idea of continuing to trade both because they give a chance for um, it's sort of a hedge where the volatility sometimes I won't get filled. So I just want to look at the other assets, gold, green days on. Actually, interesting. Some of them, the US 100 actually showing strength. Okay, let's go into advanced stuff here. So we've got open interest. I want to say aggregate funding rate, predicted funding rate, and CVD. Okay, so funding has been negative right when I got out here. It looked like it would go negative again. It didn't. And it's positive here. And we're also seeing that futures have been buying a little bit and spot's been going down. So this isn't a reason to short, but it's a reason that I don't want to chase in here and can maybe expect a pullback, possibly. Possibly. I could try to stick with this one, or I could possibly chase my position up higher. That's something that I'm going to consider here. I like the idea of having this limit order here. It might not fill, but it's okay. Okay. I want to look at ETH as well, the health of ETH. So we've got the funding rate of ETH. We're going to look at open interest and CVD. But we're seeing a little bit of a tick up in funding. Not a lot of spot buying, it looks like. Just a little bit. It's been more leverage though. Yeah, Bitcoin has been selling off a little bit from here. Funding is positive, it's pretty low though. Okay, if we look at the whole space, it doesn't look amazing really. I don't see a reason to chase in along here. Okay, I want to look at the chart over on this one though. We see on the 8 hour it's gone positive up here. It went negative again on this little move. So we can think about it. I'm still favoring this. I probably will cancel this order. Let's go ahead and look at some of these alts and see what's going on with them. I bet you some of them have just blasted off. Actually, Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin dominance, slight pullback. ETH dominance, yeah, getting back in ETH would have been good. Others is coming into a weekly high, so that's important to pay attention to. Total's got a way to go. Total 3 hit this weekly high, but I'm expecting to take a monthly possible breakout. We'll see though. Okay, let's just look at some random ones. You see they're reacting off these long signals from Friday pretty nicely. Quant is going to give a possible sell. That's interesting. I don't want to sell anything right now, but that's something I want to look at. I also want to look at helium. Yeah, no, it's just not the time to be a shorter. Aave is breaking out higher. Um, these are ones to watch though. I'm gonna look at. I really don't want to be a shorter. I think it's probably too early, but I want to see what is potentially signaling. Just quickly go through. That is recovering a bit. Pull Fed up towards the front. While Phantom is also almost to the August high. Hinge. Okay. MX USDT. This one I don't think I'll trade. I just look at. Didn't really look right, but I mean, in terms of the spread. A pixel. Yeah, so many long signals. It just feels way too early to be a seller, but I want to investigate just in case. Ton, yeah, Ton looks pretty good. Okay. And then I want to see if there's anything I'm missing. I don't think I have a whiff on here, Phantom. ICP. ICP USDT.P. I don't think I have ICP on here. That's another one I want to keep my eye on. Possible alt season happening. Quant, I have that. I don't have OP or Brat or Popcat on here. OP USDT.P. Okay. Brat. That's far away. I don't need to think about that. Popcat. Also kind of far away. I don't need to think about that. BSV. SUI. BSV USDT.P. Interesting. This is one that would actually be giving a short signal. Possibly. I just feel like it's too early, but maybe. STX, BTT, CFX, BTT, STX, USDT.P. Sure, I have this one. IMX and BTT, IMX, USDT.P. And BTT. I just don't like how that one looks. I don't know if I have a whiff on here. Then I'm gonna see the biggest gainers on page 2. Ape, actually, Ape, super. Ooh, super's interesting. Okay, so this is an important sign where we have Oh, Ape's interesting actually. There's some possible shorts. I need to check the funding on these. Super rare. No, rare is a different one. Super. A lot of these are legit breaking out, which makes me want to be super careful about trying to be a seller on any of these. GMT, Blur, BNX, BNX. Okay, no, I would want to sell from higher. Okay, GMX. It's up a lot, but not hanging with GMT. GMT. Here's another one to keep the eye on. So there's going to be potential alt trades. Okay, Woo. Terra Luna recovering is crazy. Interesting. Very interesting. A lot of these, yeah, some of these are. Um, the important thing to look at is the funding rate. So as far as what's actually signaling, I would also want to see a bearish fair value gap created. And we see here for the first time since down here, a bearish fair value gap is created. So that's something to keep in mind. Aave is not there yet. Um, Apes maybe. Do we have a bearish gap that's been created? We do. So this is something I'm going to look at. There's another one. Opus, ICP, streaking higher, FET. Thought there was another one. No, I thought there was one that was, yeah, BSV is one. No, it's too close right now. Also, breakouts have kind of been working. I'm curious though, I want to look at the ape. Quant has created a bearish gap too. I'm for sure okay not doing anything here too. Ape funding rate. We need to know the funding rate. Very, very important. It went super negative. It started to go positive. I guess it would be uh, it would be a candidate. Quant, it started to go positive. Let's look at BSV. Positive. So I think some of these are actually maybe shortable. I'm interested in super. What is super is holding the breakout, right? It's not super, it's superverse. Super. It's not super rare. I don't know what this one is. Wow. So they don't have that one. Phantom. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of launching without me, which is kind of don't want to be involved in any shorts. It's happened at 4. Yeah, I guess I wish wish I was in the ETH. Bitcoin didn't fill. I mean, I could have used this one, and I guess there was another one that came in here. Let me come back to the short ideas for a minute. I do think I want to take away this long from lower. Okay. So for Bitcoin, Bitcoin is tradable, and I could consider chasing it, but I shouldn't buy right here, I don't think, because it's already funding is sort of going up. So yeah, I mean, I could stick with here. I don't want to be a shorter, but I mean, I almost think price just goes to here, possibly. I think I got out like just a little bit higher. If I'm still just not as interested in ETH. Um, okay, well, we already had a fair value gap in the 1 hour. So if I were to trade Ape, it would look like this. And I would target down here or something like that. So that's one idea for Ape. I don't love being short the market here, but don't know what it's about to do, and so that's one idea. BSV to me is kind of too early. I don't see this one being tradable either. I mean, it looks kind of good, but this was the sell right here. Kind of missed it. And BSV is just, it's not doable. It doesn't have enough wick. I'm not gonna sell something that's just going straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight, green hours. Although ICP could pull back because it's just where it is. But, that's not the game I want to play. I don't want to play chicken here. Bet. Right. I expect Bitcoin to go somewhat higher because we have to take, we're likely to take this high. So here's my idea. Kind of want to leave this. And then I kind of want to trade this gap just up to here. Like this. 1.8 R. Something like that. And then if this were to get filled, I would, depending on the scenario, maybe pull this. ETH looks good. It would have been nice, but it's okay. And then I think I kind of want to continue to leave ETH alone. Though I got punished for not taking the long, because what that would have looked like when I logged off would have been something like this. Might have put it right here actually. That have filled. Would have. I probably would have pressed 500. Yeah, it's okay though. I didn't lose money, which is great. Let's be very strategic. I still want to aim higher, at least up to here, if not here. That said, tomorrow, okay, hang on. Tomorrow's CPI. So might want to be a little bit more careful. Yo, the forecast is 2.5%. Okay. It's a pretty bullish forecast. So we're coming up on where I exited from. The idea is I would get in lower, which I tried to do. I mean, I predicted the reaction nicely, and I only didn't get filled by a little bit. I kind of like these. Yeah, kind of like this one, and I would risk a little bit smaller on this one and a little bit bigger on this idea. I'm not that interested in price coming down here again. So for this one, the entry, I would want it to be under this wick, actually, right here. So this would be the entry. My stop would be at this wick. And my target would be this high right here, which is 2R. Still not interested in being a seller on Bitcoin or ETH, but maybe on one of these other ones. And then I think I am gonna stay with this idea. I'm gonna pull the order from lower and I'm gonna add this trade on Bitcoin with a smaller risk. And for this one, I think I might actually lower my entry because it just doesn't make sense to have my stops Like I want a gap between my stop and my next entry. So I'm going to change that one to like this. Okay. And ETH, I'm going to leave ETH alone. I know, okay, it can make it more. Can smooth the results a little bit, but now let's look at these guys. I think I'll try Ape and just do it small, maybe. ESV. Yeah, it's like funding is positive, but I want to see like the blow off, Price is still pushing. I like Quant. I like Ape. I'm gonna try Ape. I also like Quant, but I might need to look back later, or I could maybe try to use a 30-minute gap. I could use this gap right here. So I would try a sell here. I'd run my stop all the way up here. And I like targeting down here. So I feel good about those. I'm gonna cancel all my orders and set the new ones. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have these two Bitcoin longs, and then I'm gonna have a couple alt shorts, and I'm gonna try to log off after that. Okay. What? This is so slow, man. Let's cancel these. Okay, so this one, a limit long on Bitcoin at 57,068. My stop loss is going to be at 56,362. 57,068. So it's about 700. So I'm going to risk about, try this. Okay, my limit. Okay, and I'm going to try to take profit at 58,500. If it gets there first, I will probably want to bail, or at least to reconsider. And then I'm gonna have this long from much lower here. I'm not gonna have this long anymore. This next long I'm interested in risking a little bit more. So we're gonna have another limit order, this time from, I'll just say 56,000, with a stop at 54 at 54,788 would be my stop loss. I'm gonna risk, let's look, 56,000 amount. Yeah, I'm gonna have a larger risk on the lower one because I think it's a better trade, but we might go all the way back. It's possible. And I'm gonna target, I would target 60,000. Okay, so I have those in. Now I'm gonna put short orders on Ape and Quant. If we have them. Um, Ape. So let's look at Ape. My stop is meant to be 5, so I could have like, okay. Something's been wrong with my internet recently. 20, I want it at like 15. So from 0.845, okay, limit is going to be at 0.845. My stop loss is going to be 0.8925. And my amount is going to be, just try this, 0.845. Let's back up. We need to look at MEXC. Want on MEXC. I also want to see. Do I want heaven or hell? Okay, what does heaven look like? Is would be small risk. Okay. So let's go to quant. See these 30-minute gaps here. That's where I'm gonna put my entrance. I'm gonna target where? This gap down here. For ape. I'm gonna put my entrance right here. Put my stop right here. Where are we gonna target? We're gonna target right down here. Okay. So let's look at ape. Funding is negative on MEXC. Slightly negative. Let's look at it from this perspective. The thing is, most of the open interest is going to be on Bybit and Binance. It's predicted to go negative, actually. Possibly. Let's see. Ape. No, they don't even have it on here. Nor do they have quant. They're just not loading. No. Good funding here. It's positive. Aggregate. They're getting a lot of data. It looks okay to me. MEXC is negative, yeah, but quant has turned positive and is spiking higher. And there's worlds where I don't get filled, and right, I mean, if it goes higher, it could go all the way up there. So let's do it. Okay, we'll start with ape. The amount of ape. Let's just start with this. My stop loss is 0.8931. My entry is 0.8451. And I'll just throw in some and see. Okay, let's look at ape. 300 is acceptable risk. I'm okay with that. And my target price is going to be down here 0.722. This is so much of a better process, and this is what I used to be doing instead of just like logging on and like I'm just gonna go long here and stare at the chart. Okay. And then we're gonna look at quant. Just like how the daily looks. I mean, it's not giving 100% of a signal, but I maybe don't like quant as much because ape had a lot of volatility come in. I could easily see quant sweeping or just continuing higher. It's not so much that it's, yeah, it feels premature. I think I'm gonna leave this one alone. There's more signals coming up, so I like that ape had a lot more volatility coming at the high. And it's like a big gap to aim in. I don't like that there's not a gap. And then if you go down and look at this, the high is not too crazy in terms of volume and volatility. Where for ape, kind of went crazy at the high. So I think I'm gonna have the ape short and leave the other one. Definitely not BSV nor Aave. The market's still on a long signal mostly. 761, yeah. I feel like it's just running without me. This would have been the right place to just come in with the market long, but I mean, it could have been easy to get stopped out. Yeah, gotta trust that price will come back. Gotta think about if price takes this. That's still like a bullish place to bounce. I want to leave this. This 4-hour gap probably could be good support for a while. Been nice to get back in. I guess I could have been more aggressive and got back in here. Should be going great. ETH. No, it's all good though. Cannot be too mad. So, got my orders in, and there we are. Happy trading, everybody. Much love, and talk to y'all soon. Peace.